Hello there everyone, my name is Pinkster. Welcome back to another episode of Planet Crafter. Last we left off, there was a meteor storm happening, the second one in the same episode. It appears that when I logged off, it disappeared. But it looked very alien. Like, it looked like some weird ship was chucking them at me. Which is a way to go. If I'm being honest. Like, that's a way to go. So, I can't remember exactly what I wanted to do this time around. Probably should. We can kind of want to do. So maybe I look into a bit into the trade space rocket and get some stuff into there. Nothing too valuable. Ooh, I wanted the silk generator. There we go. That's what I wanted in life. It's what I desired. T5 heater. I don't need the heaters anymore. Will be useful when I go to moons. I may, when this is done, depending on how far along I am, play the DLC for this through. I'd probably cut it down a lot. I would streamline it by a lot, as much as I can. So, ooh, I guess I gotta upgrade now. T2 fertilizer. Material sample zeolite. So I need to grab a zeolite and T2 fertilizer. Boink. Boink. Ooh. Cool. No, that's not new. But those are awesome. I like the variety. Oh, you're on land. Okay. Boink. Plus so much. Yeah, that's good. That's what I wanted. More plants. More of that. Growth speed 0.3. What's the growth speed on this? 0.25. It's only slightly faster. But hey. I like that. I don't need the heat anymore. Six Terra tokens. Cookie. Plant multiplier fuse, I think would be a good one. Just and then I'll put it over there. Just to have it. Obsidian. Ah, I was gonna go start getting obsidian. Doing that thing. What do I need for you? No, they're already around as well as me, but I can do it. Boink. Oop. Sorry about that. Okay. So I have what I need for you. Okay. Take a look at what power I need. Almost there to breathable atmosphere. We're getting there. It's awesome. Water life collector. I got there with oxygen. I'll just need to switch them out. Teleporter is going to be useful, but I'm a ways off from that. Pressure as well. Okay. Outdoor farm. Something to do next time. There to there. Set up for obsidian. Right there. Yes, give me more trees. I talked about monocultures last time. Or was it might have been the time before that. It gets a little jumbled in the brain. I like how I'm getting the butterflies. I like that. That's my favorite. I'll do silkworms in a bit. Cool. Are they like spreading out farther now that it's more habitable? Because it doesn't make a ton of sense. I guess the only reason they would spread out farther is because they have better UV protection from the atmosphere. Because that plays a major role in it. Maybe. That's a possibility. I don't think it's the possibility, though. That's a little disappointing. I expect them to be detailed on everything, though. That's just ungrateful. I'll critique them for some things. I won't critique them for everything. Oh, cool! I don't care how unrealistic it is. That's cool. I like that. I'm gonna be. I like being genuinely happy with things. Okay. I don't like looking at things and being upset about them, or looking at things and be like, it's not good. It's not fun. It's not good for me. Just let me be happy. Yeah, it's much foggier now because it can be more active. Way better for oxygen. Wow. Wow. Will it give me that here? White. Ah. Now I had an inkling something was going to go horribly, horribly wrong. I knew I should have checked my power before I came out here. Okay, let's head back. Yes, hovering over open lava is definitely safe. So, I'm trying to think if anything cool's happened over the past little while. I'm sure some stuff has. I mean, like, EA got bought out. And I'm sure that it will be entirely neutral in terms of how good it is. I'm not expecting it to have a huge turnaround and be good. Genuinely, I'm not. I'm not expecting it to be worse than it already is, because it's kind of hard to be worse than it already is for EA. Because EA sucks. That's not a reflection upon you if you like their games. You can like games and still recognize that people suck. That, as a general rule, corporations should not be trusted. And as a general rule, that for-profit art creation doesn't work very well. It just doesn't. It never has, and it never will. That is a consequence of art. And I do very firmly believe that video games are art. Because not all art is created equal either, and I will say that. Not all art is created equal. That does not mean art is less. It means art is different. You get to go there. Let's go get me some more pulsar. Where's my car? What? Oh, there's actually a timer on it. Huh. Pardon me. Truck, my car's over there. Yes, I believe very firmly that video games are art. And I do not believe that all art is created equal. I believe art is made to express something. And I very, very firmly understand the fact that you can appeal to too wide of an audience. And that just makes your art unoriginal and bland. That's what it does. That's a simple fact of the matter. Art is better when you're doing it out of the passion of your heart and not just to make money. Now, I think people should be allowed to make money off of it. But I think people also should understand that you're never going to make money off of every single piece of art you make. You're not going to make money if your art doesn't appeal to people. That does not make your art less. And there are people who will say that. Who will deride others because their art doesn't appeal to others. There's nothing wrong with that. Your art does not need to appeal to me to be art. Your art does not need to appeal to me to even be profitable. I am one person. And there is art that I like, and there are things I like to play. And I have a fairly wide range of games I like to play. Don't mistake me. But there are games I don't like playing because I don't enjoy them. And so I don't play them. That is not a disparagement upon the art. And that is no disparagement upon those who do not like the art either. We get lost in that sometimes. We get lost in our own bias, in our own confirmation of self, that we forget that not all art exists for us. Sometimes art just exists. Whoa. Have I been in here before? Sometimes art just exists. Blazer quartz. Cool. Sometimes art just exists because the creator of that art wanted it to. Sometimes art exists. Yes, this is where Blazer quartz is. Because someone decided that they liked something and did it. Let's take a look at an example of some art that has come out in the past little while. Well, little while. It came out earlier this year. Epic the Musical finished its release. It's been going on for a few years now, but it finished its release. Fine solar quartz. Nice. Cool. This was definitely a thing then. I'm gonna find my way back down to that water, and I'll drink it. This is totally not radioactive. Oh, yo. Green? The rainbow of quartzes. I don't know what to use quasar quartz yet for. Where was I? I was rambling on about art. And how I consider that. I was talking in broad terms. But let's get back to video games. I think I was talking about this earlier. But I'm not going to just... It would not be remiss of me to repeat myself. I believe video games to be one of the penultimate forms of art and artistic expression. Now, Pink, you'll ask the question, Pink, why? Why do you believe that? And I'll have to answer you honestly. Because of the combination of art forms that it allows. Because of the stories that it can tell. Where am I going? I am going the right way to get back to where I wanted to go. There's some confusing cave systems in here. Is that what I think it is? If you look to video games, you'll see such a variety of stories and lessons being told and taught. You'll see critiques of a capitalistic system. You'll see the failures of utopia. And I understand that. And I have given the thought of utopia much consideration. Sit back. What? What are you? You gonna kill me? Oh, yo! Hold on. I've given the thought of utopia much time, and a lot of my ideas regarding utopia have been formed by my reading of books like The Giver, and an understanding of broader human nature. But that's not what I want to talk about right now. I don't feel like getting into that, so where? There you are. Where was I? Video games as an art form. I consider video games as an art form superior to others. That does not... Superior is the wrong word. I don't think they're inherently better. I think they can be better than the sum of its parts. Because video games are a combination of many, many things. One of those things is cinematography. And I believe you have much better ability to pull off astounding cinematography in video games than you do in most movies. If only because you don't have the restraints of real life on it. That's why I find a particular fascination with animated movies and the things that they can do. And I'm disappointed in the fact that so many studios seem to be trying to get to real life or live action movies. I find that idiotic because they'll never, ever, ever have the charm that the animated movie did. Because you just can't get that in real life. Or, if you do, it's very hard to capture. I believe that low magic fantasy is one of the best niches for a live action. But if you're doing something that has high intensity or that has lots of visual gags, you don't go to live action because it'll just cost too much money to make. You might as well be animating a movie. And that's the truth. You might as well be animating a movie. But video games can combine cinematography, they can combine music. And believe me, music makes an entire game better. I will continue to wax philosophic about that. And common bacteria fertilizer. you. Give power. It's not that I have more power to work with. I'm sorry, I'm not doing much. I'm focusing on what I'm saying, actually. But video games, like movies and TV shows, combine a lot of things. But video games take those things a step further. Art tends to aim for immersion. At the very least, story-driven art aims for immersion, to make you feel the things these characters feel, to help you understand the things these characters understand. That's a large part of what it wants, of its goal. To get you to sympathize and to understand. To live these stories. And that is where I believe video games excel. They excel at making you feel the story. Of walking you through this journey. I haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2, and I do intend to at some point in time, but my understanding is that that game is story-driven, and I love that. That game help people to understand sulfur eggplant. That people sympathized with the main character there. The Last of Us. While it may have kicked off a trend in gaming that I'm not a particular fan of, what was I wanting that fertilizer for exactly? I can't remember now. I'm getting so distracted. Oh, yes. Bee larva, larva, fertilizer, whatever. Be a good way to get vegetables. Nice. I need an uncommon larva. Nope, okay. Well, I guess I go kind of searching for it. Let's go pick up some aluminum. Come on, me some T2 fertilizer too. Games like The Last of Us, games like Red Dead Redemption, games like the Tomb Raider games. And I will talk about those games. I played Tomb Raider 2013. Love that game. I think I talked about that here already. Love that game. Entirely willing to do a replay of it here on the channel. Maybe not right away, but willing to do it. Because that was just such a fun game to play. If nothing else. T2. What do I make for T2 fertilizer? Algae squash. only one algae. Okay, cool. Okay. Now I need to make a fertilizer. I might need to do another run. There we go, we got that. Lots of crafting. Just talking about Zelda games. Now, I will make a caveat there. The story is not the forefront of Zelda games. I think that lends it more credence as a video game. I still regard it as an art form. I still regard many Zelda games as telling wonderful stories. But they're not the same. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just some bee larvae. Common mutagen, eh? Put you here. And then fertilizer. I have T2 fertilizer right there. I'll probably use it too. In time. Eventually. So, Skyward Sword. I've been quiet. I'm sorry, I've been quiet for a solid minute. Skyward Sword is probably my favorite Zelda story, even though it's not my favorite Zelda game. In terms of a narrative story approach, I liked it the best. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, great stories. Ocarina of Time, great story. The storytelling on Tears of the Kingdom and Ocarina of Time, a little lackluster for me. Breath of the Wild, it was well told, but the nature of that story wasn't as good. The very basis of that story just wasn't as good. It had already happened. Whereas Skyward Sword, you were writing the legend. You created the Master Sword. You killed the ultimate evil. And though it came at a cost, this eternal cycle, which I am personally grateful for, all these Zelda games are happening because of this one. In the grand cosmos of things, even though it came out later. You killed the ultimate evil, and now only a remnant of him is left to pursue you. That is something to celebrate. Something to be proud of. I'm gonna get started on at least an uncommon larva. Then what goes into you? Uncommon larva. 2. Bologna. Okay, I'm gonna make a uranium then. Uranium rod. If I can. That is. Yoink. Yoink. I'm short one. Of course I am. Okay. The next episode, I'm making a quick run out to my uranium mine. I'm doing that. Thank you for listening to me. I'm sorry I was quiet for a couple of those. I was trying to split focus between those. If you like this, please leave a like and subscribe. I'd love to talk to you guys. Leave a comment. I'd love that too. Let me know that you're there. Thank you. That's all. Have a great day.